Lil Wayne just dropped a Carter 6, and honestly, I'm disappointed. Not because it's bad, but because it's not him. It's not the full version of Lil Wayne. And it's a little bit bad. Let's talk about it. So before we go into any of this, this is not a Wayne slander video. Wayne is one of the GOATs. Wayne is that guy known for changing the flow in the game. His punchline. He's known for the way he dresses, the way he talks, the auto-tune. Everything he has done has heavily influenced rap. That's undoubtable. The amount of sons Lil Wayne has is the equivalent of Genghis Khan. How many artists spawned from that era of Wayne dominating rap? The reason I'm bringing this up right now is because in this album, I thought we would get a reminder of who he is and why he's the one that set a trend that's transcended different eras. He's really set the tone for the future generation, which is all the rappers we listen to nowadays. This album does not have that level of impact, and it does not have that level of successful experimentation. There's a lot of experimenting happening on here, and most of them are not successful. Someone at that caliber should have this level of expectations, right? I expected tons of fire in this album. I saw a few sparks, but no fire. The bars are out there. He can out-rap 95% of the rappers out there today. Okay? Today, with the level of rapping on this album. But it feels like he's rapping against his own shadow. And the reason I say this is because if you've watched some of my reactions, he has said a lot of these things that he's said on this album before. But he said it in more creative ways, in more surprising ways, in funnier ways, even on like the silly lines in the past. So it feels like what he's doing now is he's really said so much that he's really digging deep down there, trying to hold on to anything he has. That's what he's giving to us. I have to judge him by the level of his previous work. I judge every artist that way. He still has a ton of solid punchlines in this album. He also has a lot of misses, I would say. For example, when he said something about smoking and then my eyes tight like my name, Wong, ding ding dong. That was on Bells. I don't know. You tell me if that made you laugh, because to me it was just like, meh. I've heard those sort of jokes so many times that there's nothing creative there. It just feels like he had to ruin Bells. Up to that point, solid rapping. It was starting to die down as we ended on that song, but hey, I think he still had very nice lines there. He rapped well on that song. So it's not just the writing, but it's also the energy is feeling off on this one. On the Carter 3, Wayne was hungry. On this one, at times, he sounds like he just woke up from a nap. He sounds like he's high. He sounds like he's just showing up to the studio with lower energy than usual. So it's not just the rapping that I'm looking at when I'm reviewing this album, but I'm also looking at the level of delivery, the enthusiasm in which he's delivering, his personality that usually shines so bright, so bright. And it still does on all the feature songs that he does. Okay, so this is not me saying he's fallen off or anything. This is me saying this specific album does not hit the way that I wanted it to hit for me. First 5, 6, 7 songs, solid songs. Is it his best songs ever? No. But is it a song that I would consider a really good song? Some of them, yes. I'm not mad at all at the first few songs of this album. I've actually reacted to them. You can check those out. But after that initial part, about 60% of the songs on this album actually is all experimentation. And Lil Wayne is known to experiment. He does this all the time. Give him a beat, it doesn't matter what it is, he's gonna rap on it and show it. He's there to prove to you that he can rap on anything. That's a reputation he's built. That's why he succeeds in all the features that he's done. That's why he does this in all his albums. But this specific time, the experimentation did not pay off, in my opinion. There wasn't a real direction. I'm completely fine with experimentation, but I'm against doing it just for the sake of doing it. Like there should have been an intent there. And he didn't feel, like I said before, as hungry as he usually does when he's rapping on one of these beats. Usually it's like he's there to prove that he's going to rap, right? And in these songs, so many great, memorable, cool samples that he used. So all these songs open up and your ear's already familiar with that sound. So you have a level of standard there. You have a level of high expectation there. And then he starts rapping and there's no energy on some of them. Others there are. But no matter which song it is after the first like 4 or 5 songs of this album, there's always a fall off in every single one of those songs where you get kind of pulled out for a bit. He might bring it back towards the end, but the damage is done, right? The song as a whole doesn't hit. Maybe some specific parts of each one of those songs are cool or funny. I didn't find a single song from start to finish that was solid at every single second of that song length. So take Peanuts to Elephants, for example. I reacted to that one. It's goofy, and I understand the appeal there, right? Because this is a song that's going to get a lot of attention. Obviously, it has a few funny parts, even to me, but does that belong on an album? I don't think so. I don't think this is a song that belongs on an album. This is a song I'd expect to see at 2 in the morning on YouTube browsing parodies or something. I'd find a parody, I'd laugh, I'd say this is a good track for its intent, for its purpose as a parody, it's a good track. But Wayne inserting this in his album says that his intention is for this to be cemented in his discography, right? It's not a like, oh, this is a throwaway single I'm just gonna give to you guys for you to enjoy. This feels like, no, I want you guys to know this song exists. And when it's a parody level song like that, I don't think that belongs on this album. I think every single good rap album has had maybe out of 10 songs, if there's 10 songs on one of those albums, maybe 2 or 3 songs are experiments, and then everything else has a cookie cutter vibe, a cookie cutter idea from start to finish that you know this is what you'll expect when you listen to that album. This feels very mixtapey. Every song is kind of separate from the other. I don't see any logic in the ordering except for all the good songs at the start, and then it just dies down towards the end on this heavily bloated album. And this just leads me back to saying, at the end of the day, I don't think he's lost any skill when it comes to rapping. I think it comes down to beat selection, it comes down to his delivery energy, and it comes down to taking all these different ideas he has, filtering them first, and then using that unified idea to drop an album. So I think the problems aren't in his skill. The problems are in his curation. So overall, a few good songs, nothing that really stands out as like his best song ever. Fine. Not mad at that. A few solid verses as well. He will out rap your favorite rapper, 100%. But overall, the Carter 6 as an album is forgettable. I don't want to say it, but it is what it is. It doesn't live up to his catalog, to my expectations, to his name. And it feels like a lot of these songs here are throwaways. I feel the mix before the 6, his mixtape before dropping this, has some songs that are way better than songs that are on the actual album. And that mixtape was supposed to be throwaways from this album. So it doesn't make sense to me. I was expecting, some Nicki Minaj, some Drake, all that stuff. We didn't get that, but can't complain about it. So my final score out of 100, 23 out of 100 is what I would give this one. Do you agree? Let me know. Do you disagree? Dislike the video. And I'm open to how you feel about this album, so let me know in the comment section below and we can talk about it. All I know is the media is giving this a ton of hate, and although I think this was a letdown overall, I don't think that level of hate and meme is what he deserves for everything that he's done in the game.